Hello, welcome back again. We're continuing our look at grappling. Last week we were looking very much at how to get in. I've got Andrew now rather than Tony, so a bit easier for me to get in because he's a bit shorter, but still we have the problem that if you extend your arm straight out, I am still at the point where I am hitting sleeve and not person. So I can't rely on range, I have to get in. Just some of the stuff we were looking at last week. What I want to look at this week is what do I start doing once I get in range? So the first one we're going to look at is if Andrew throws out a punch, I'm going to get my block, and then as we said last week, as Andrew recoils from that, I'm going to pass forward with him, staying in contact. From here, I'm now close enough to start thinking about what I'm doing in terms of grappling. One thing I'm going to have to do is cover that hat, because I'm slightly worried about it coming for my face, but as long as I've got something here that's going to stop him punching me and getting that second hit in, that's all fine. And the one I want to look at today is the first technique we're going to look at. It's called an underhook. So from here, my hand is going to go under, because it's called an underhook, and I want to get in and grab that shoulder. And the important thing is that basically his shoulder joint is now trapped between my shoulder and my hand. And I can just squeeze that in. And you'll notice he's already starting to go off balance. He's got this ridiculous arm sticking out the side. And this is the first grip that I'm going to look at, is this underhook in here. So just to give you an idea, if Andrew throws the punch, I block, follow it in, I can straight, I was expecting to recover from that punch. Boom, I can follow that back in and into my underhook. I realise I'm facing away from you. We'll turn it around if I'm going to keep grabbing that side. So I can get that underhook. Now, from that underhook position, there's multiple things I can do. If I've got that to start with, one of the first things I can do is, once I've got this, is I can just force this hand down to my waist. So once I get to this position, I can force Andrew over. Now, from here I want to be having my elbow kind of in his kidneys, and the important thing is I don't bend with him. A lot of people, when they start training this, will get into this position and then bend. And now we're both down here and nobody's gained an advantage. So I want to get in, get the underhook, boom. From here, I'm still standing, I've got the advantage, I can bring my knee in, obviously I've got this possibility to strike, I can just shove him, take him off balance, I can step in and start looking to try and break his stance. I can start playing with all of that. Meanwhile, Andrew's not really held. Yeah, it doesn't take much for Andrew to get out of this. If I get him here, all he's got to do is just slip away. Yeah? But until he's done that, he can't really do a vast amount of other things, because he's at that disadvantage. And that's the whole point of this kind of grappling. This standing grappling, or sometimes called clinching, where I just want to get in long enough to hit. So the punch comes in, I'm going to block, follow it back in, get my grab, boom, strike, out again. I'm not looking to tie him up like I would do in jiu-jitsu, where I've been looking to actually get locks and things. I just want to get in and get that first strike in a way where I can really put a solid bit of hurt on without taking any damage myself. Now, there's lots of variations of the underhook. Once I've got this underhook, we looked at that kind of traditional one where I can go down here. I can also look to hook my hand over the side of the neck, and then from there I can twist my body to basically separate the neck from the shoulder. It's not comfortable, is it? From the shoulder. And from here again, I've got a lot of control temporarily of where my opponent is, because my wrist is against the neck. He can't really get that other arm round to do anything effective. Yeah, and from here I've still got a knee here, a knee here. I can shove, I can pull. I've got all of those kind of options. So the underhook is quite a useful one, and it's used in a lot of different places as a standard cap, even if it's just the tap and out. If I'm coming in here and I just get the arm, and it easily slides down, becomes an elbow lock, yeah, or I can, from here, I'm getting underneath, the other one can just come over, and I get back to some of like my Monterey grappling and takedowns, I can take them down over my knee. So really it's just a way of getting in. But what you have to understand is you're getting in, you're delivering a hit, and you're getting out again. So punch comes in, I'm going to block, follow it back in, get my grapple, bang, out. Yeah? Really annoying. Because he can't do anything about it quick enough. I'm going to move you this way so you don't actually veer off into a pole halfway through the demo. So the punch comes in, block, follow it in, grab here. Now if Andrew starts trying to escape, bang, he still takes the hit to his head. And whilst he's recovering from that, obviously I follow him up with my standard boxing tactic. So that gives you the first look at where we're going to be going. We've had an underhook. Next week we're going to look at the overhook, unsurprisingly, which is the other variation of that. And then we're going to start looking at how we can start moving between these and adding in a few others to give you some basic introductory stuff into the world of standing grappling. And that allows you to grab your opponent whilst boxing. It's not really jiu-jitsu-y, very boxing-y, keep everything standing up and punchy, which is just the way we like it most of the time. So I shall catch up with you next week when we take a look at that. Take care.